from Start Some Good. I'm a crowdfunding launch coach. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through our 5 C's strategy for successful crowdfunding launches. So, as you know by now, crowdfunding is not a build it and they will come kind of thing. It's really educate yourself as much as you can about how to create a good campaign and then hustle hard to make sure that you get your link in front of donors who are going to want to support you and be super excited about the project that you're looking to bring into the world. So, today I'm going to share with you our 5 C's method. I'm going to give you a really kind of brief overview. And if you want to learn more, I encourage you to sign up to our Crowdfunding 101 email course, which will have videos and worksheets and give you more in depth on each of these of the 5 C's, as well as some worksheets to follow along and kind of help you create the best crowdfunding campaign that you can. Of course, we also offer premium support and group coaching. So if you're interested in those options as well, do check out startsomegood.com/premium support if you want to get us, one of our crowdfunding coaches, in your corner to help you create an amazing campaign. All right, so the 5 C's, grab a notepad and pen. I'm going to go through this pretty quick, but it'll give you a sense of what you need to do strategically to create a good campaign. So number one is clarity. You need to be crystal clear about what you're doing and why you're doing it so that when you communicate it, your audience can see it, feel it, taste it, and really, understand what you're doing to the point that it makes them feel something. There's so much noise on the internet right now that if your story isn't clear to the point of being emotive and stirring up some feelings inside of your donor, they're just going to gloss over it. So what might clarity look like? Well, getting really clear on what you're doing. Give us the specifics, the how, what, where, when, exactly. Like if you're talking about an event, give us dates. If you're talking about, building a structure, give us the address, give us the location. If you're talking about building an app, show us designs or prototypes or something that can help us understand what is it going to look like and how am I going to be able to use this app. If you're writing a book, maybe give us like a sample paragraph or chapter, or show us some of your cover designs that you're kind of working through. Or if you've decided, show us the cover, show us pictures. Create a video that can help us see what it is you're doing, and maybe even show us some of the people that you're working with or the people that you're serving, to give us a really visceral, rich sense of the impact that you're creating. So second of all, after clarity, is credibility. So, I talked a bit about this in, creating a great story. You want to tell us about you, your team, and your experience, because your donor is not going to give money to your organization. Your donor is going to give money to you, to the person, to the people behind the project. So we need to have a sense of like how trustworthy you are is what it honestly comes down to, because people won't donate to people they don't trust. So, if you've won some awards, or if your team has been recognized in the media, or, kind of any things that would be kind of clear benchmarks for your audience to go, oh, they've done really well here. So, and you can communicate your credibility not only through your personal achievements, but also partners that you've worked with. So, maybe if you're fairly new to what you're doing in this space, maybe you've had a partner that you've worked with who has quite a big reputation and would be fairly well known. Maybe getting your partner, like in your crowdfunding video, to talk about how great you are. So it's not just you and your words, but the partner using their credibility and clout to really like leverage what you're doing. Another way to express your credibility is to show us your progress that you've made so far. So, if you're looking to set up a social enterprise food truck, maybe you've already got the truck, and maybe you've already got like the draft of a training program, and you can kind of show us, this is the progress we've made so far. Now we just need to kit out the truck and get an oven and, translate the training documents into relevant migrant languages or whatever it is. Show us the progress you've made so far, because it makes it real, makes it credible. Other things you can do to express credibility is to really leverage, your brand or your past. So things that you've done previous to the project that give us a sense of that you're really the right person at the right time to be delivering this project. All right, moving on. So we've talked about clarity and credibility. Third is communities, not just any old community, but carefully chosen communities. So you'll know by now, crowdfunding is not about crowds. It's about convening the people who already care about what you care about, who already are values aligned with you. You're not trying to convert members of the NRA to your, kind of gun law tightening campaign. Like it's just not worth it. You want to get people on board who already share your values. And chances are there are a lot of them in your network already. And in the Crowdfunding 101 e-course, we do give you some really chunky tasks to how to go about defining your tribe or the community you're looking at reaching, to the point of actually creating what we call a donor avatar, which is a persona that you will develop, really specifically trying to understand who that ideal donor is, where they are, what media they consume, what they care about, because that not only will help you design your outreach strategy, to find them and get that your campaign in front of them, but also to create great rewards that are going to resonate with their interests. So fourth is channels, and channels are the pathways in which we send out our campaigns. So that might be social media, it might be email, it might be text message, it might be making a poster and putting it on a community notice board. Unusual for an online campaign, but if your community is hyper local, maybe it's a matter of like big poster up, QR code, bam, straight to the campaign if it's a local issue. It might be, you can combine offline and online strategies really nicely. And it really comes down to who your community is, who your ideal donors are, and where they're hanging out, and make sure that you're matching your strategies with your communities and the channels that they use, because there is no point getting in a mess over having to use Twitter if you don't have a Twitter account and your community's not there anyway. Don't use Twitter if your community's not there and you don't normally use it, So channels. Finally, the fifth C is courage, because I'll be honest with you, crowdfunding is hard. And it's uncomfortable and it's challenging. And I'm sure if you're listening to this, you'll know that some of the best things you've ever done in your life have been on the other side of a challenge. Because things that come easy to you, they don't kind of impact you in the way that things that you've really had to work for create an impact. So having the courage to show up, to put yourself and your idea and your project out there, watching that fundraising thermometer going up, 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 up towards your target, it's uncomfortable, because as the creator of the project, we're looking at that gap. Oh my gosh, 10,000 more to raise. Am I going to make it? So just a couple of tips with courage is to have a mentor or a trusted friend on the end of the phone, a crowdfunding coach. We would be happy to be that person for you if it's the right fit, but have someone who can be in your corner with you. And it's probably not a good idea for that person to be someone else who's running the campaign with you. And it's probably not a great idea that that person's your partner, unless, it might really work for you. But actually being clear about asking that person, hey, I'm running a crowdfunding campaign, and I'm going to need someone to be my mindset support. I'm going to need to be able to get on the phone to you and talk you through the day that I've had and have you listen and provide some support. If you don't have anyone like that in your community, we do have one-to-one coaching as well as small group coaching, so that we can be that person for you. And it really is one of the highlights of this work, is to be able to support incredible change makers doing brave, amazing things with fundraising for their projects. Really is one of the highlights of the work that we do here. So, feel free to hit us up or find someone in your networks who can be that person for you. Also, with the courage piece, make sure that you're staggering your campaign so you can give yourself time off. Chunk down your milestones. Like, okay, I want to raise another $5,000 before the end of the weekend, or whatever it is, set yourself small goals. When you achieve them, reward yourself. And even if you don't achieve them and you're having a hard day and you miss that milestone you set for yourself, give yourself a break, practice self-care, take some time to step away, even if it's just for a day or an afternoon, because otherwise, running a 30-day campaign can get kind of relentless, particularly if it's just you. Hopefully you have a team where you can kind of hand over to one another and everyone's supporting each other. But do plan for the intensity of it and have courage. And for those of you who are familiar with Brene Brown, go and watch some of her stuff. I couldn't possibly match that woman. So I will refer you to her because she's incredibly inspiring when it comes to doing brave and daring things in the world. And that's what you're doing as a change maker who's looking to raise funds to create good in your corner of the world. It's an admirable and it's a brave and it's an amazing thing. We need you doing this work and we don't want you to burn out. We want to support you and help you as much as we can. If you have any questions for us, please reach out, support@startsomegood.com. Otherwise, do sign up to our Crowdfunding 101 e-course. There's a whole lot more information in there and worksheets and things for you to work through methodically as you go about planning your awesome crowdfunding campaign.